brought to you by Hallow, the world's #1 prayer app.
Howdy, Dr. John.
Howdy,
Can
my
you hear
man.
me?
What's up?
Oh, just another exciting day. A little sarcasm there.
I got it. What's up, dude? How can I help, brother?
Well, been struggling to kind of overcome something internally, even though it seems like on the outside everything's cool. Back very early in the year, I discovered that my wife was involved in an emotional affair with a coworker, and like since then, we've been doing the rebuild process, and I mean, for the most part, I mean, things are actually probably better now than they was before.
Yeah.
But I just can't seem to get these, like, as you described them, like light bolt thoughts. Like they just kind of come out of nowhere, like thoughts about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it's not near as bad as it was. It's definitely getting better.
How long ago did this happen?
I made the discovery in January, and now it's October.
Okay. How'd you find out?
Well, it's a bit of a story, but my wife came home one day in August and told me about a new friend she had made at work. And over the course of months, it seemed like they was talking way too much outside of work, and I was uncomfortable with it. And I tried discussing it with her, and she kept telling me it's nothing. And then I don't know. One day I woke up in the middle of the night, and I just had a feeling, and I checked her smartwatch, and then I saw the last message that she had received from him was, "Good night, baby, I love you." And then I confronted her the next day about it.
Did she come clean?
Yeah.
Did she show you all the text messages and pictures and all the things they'd exchanged?
No, she did not completely open up her phone to me.
Why not?
She wasn't up for it, and I didn't push for it. But I probably should have.
You should have, because hey, you're playing a charade. Because I think you know there's more there.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Probably, because my understanding is the only thing that happened between them, like on a physical level, was kissing.
Okay.
But obviously, I've not read through all their text messages and stuff, so all I have to go on is her word, and obviously she lied to me.
Right. And you know as well as I do, if she didn't slide the phone across the table and say, "I love you more than life itself, and I'm so sorry. And yes, I have a crush on a coworker, and I've been inappropriate, man. But nothing else has happened here. Look." But when she looked at you and said, "Nah, you can't see that." Dude, as far as I'm concerned, that tells me what I need to know. There's more to it. And it may have been sexting. It may have been, "Hey, let's meet up here at this hotel." Who knows what was there? The problem is there was something left unsaid there. And can I give you one more thing that I think's equally, if not more heavy?
Yeah.
You didn't ask, and you've lost trust in you. Right?
Right.
Like, because you probably are just like me. You've told yourself all these kind of stories about, if that my wife ever, I'm going to, and you didn't.
100%.
You didn't.
And because of that, I've only told one person up until now about this.
And secrets are killing you.
Exactly.
And lack of trust in your own house is killing you. And the fact that your wife still was hedging her bets when you found out is killing you.
Yeah. It's definitely, as far as Like, don't get me wrong, I do love her,
I know you do. I know you do.
or I wouldn't have tried to work through this.
No, I know you do.
But
and I don't think your
yeah.
marriage is over. But I don't think y'all may be performing better. Y'all may be kinder, talking about things, laughing more, going for walks, putting your cell phones away when you get home, all that kind of stuff. But she still doesn't know that you're wondering what was in that phone that night.
Right. This actually did make me feel better at the time. And it did for a few days afterwards, but I don't know if it'll have any lasting effects. I think part of it might be just because of expecting the phone call, then kind of rehashing everything in my head again.
Of course.
But
and let's go there. Let's say she slid her phone across the table, and you read through all the text, and they were gut-wrenching. I think you're hilarious. My husband never laughs like you make me laugh. I can't believe you kissed me, but it was kind of awesome. Like, you saw all that. She just handed it to you, and she'd never sent him topless photos, and her phone wasn't filled with pics, or like it was, right?
Right.
You then, a year later, you said, I agree. I'm all back in. We're going to rebuild something new. Then you have to make the choice to have 2 or 3 images of your wife, of y'all together, laughing, having fun, being silly, when she is a ray of light in your life. And the moment that lightning bolt hits, you can't stop that. It happens. But the moment that hits, you have a choice immediately following that. And that is, am I going to either pull out that picture out of my wallet or my phone and look at it and meditate on that? So glad we stuck this out and we're building something new and amazing. And I'm going to force my energy onto that photo or to that memory.
Okay.
Or you can choose to meditate on what was. On that thought, and then the kiss, and then where was his hands on her body. And you can go down that road, dude, and you're going to get enraged and mad again, and then you're going to get mad at yourself again. Like, the whole machine will kick up again.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to heal.
I know. But you can't just take something away. You got to have something that replaces it.
Gotcha.
And you, by committing to stay, said, I'm back in, which means I'm not going to keep bringing this thing up, and I'm going to do what I need to do to heal so we can come back.
I did do something of a healing gesture on our anniversary, because one of the tragedies about this scenario is that it only happened a couple of months into us actually being married.
Mm.
But on our anniversary, I took a piece of paper, and then I wrote down different things. Well, I didn't actually write the things down, but I made a list, basically, even though the things wasn't listed on the list. And I said things that I've done to hurt you, things that you've done to hurt me, and we burnt the paper. And I told her that I didn't want things from our first year of marriage to come into our second year of marriage, and I wanted to start fresh.
Cool. And so from that point forward, the only person you can control is you.
Right.
And maybe you're at a place now where you have healed from that initial and you just need to deal with the lightning bolts. And that just takes time. Man, that just takes time.
Well, I'll tell you what, the initial shock was rough on me. I lost 12 pounds in 12 days.
Heck yeah. You're not going to eat. You're going to have diarrhea. You wither away. It happens fast.
Yeah, it was a rough time.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You're not crazy. And maybe you're at a place now where you can say, okay, I'm not leaving you. I love you. I like what we're rebuilding. But one thing is haunting me. That night when I asked you, Like to see your phone, and you said you weren't ready for that? What were you hiding? Did you ever send him like topless pictures? No, I didn't. Did you, Rick? Really? Like, what was in your phone? Because it's making me crazy still.
Okay.
And if she said, all right, I'll tell you. You got to be prepared for what comes.
That's true. Like currently, sorry, my throat got caught. Like currently, I don't know if having that conversation would be re-traumatizing for me, or
Bro, listen to me. I don't think you're untraumatized. I think you're a good old boy from Indianapolis, Indiana, and you are great at wallpapering over stuff because we got work to do and we're going to move on with our lives.
100%.
But that cancer's eating you from the inside out. I can hear it on you.
Yeah, definitely.
Secrets will kill you. And if you have a secret, question that you didn't ask, you're still rebuilding trust. You get to set the parameters for what trust rebuild looks like, and she gets to opt in or out. You cannot just do like some church camp thing and burn a list on a candle and all the trust comes back. It's something you will rebuild over time. And you can only rebuild it through action, day after day after day. It's like tearing a bicep and you go get it surgically repaired. The only way to make that thing strong again, and by the way, it can get real strong again. But you got to lift weights every day. And you got to recover. And when it hurts, you got to lean in and find out, is that an injury or do I got to work through that pain? It doesn't just like, you don't just burn the surgical x-rays and MRIs and just go on with your day. It's not how healing works. And in many ways, I wonder if that ceremony you did, I love the gesture. I think it's a beautiful gesture. But I wonder if it was as much for you as it was for her. You trying to force yourself to just forget about something without doing the work. And the work is sitting across the table from her saying, here's what I need from you to reestablish trust. I need your phone password.
It honestly was just as much for me as it was for her.
Okay.
Part of it because, I know that, based on what I've seen, I know she has a guilty conscience about it still. And, we had, a weekend-long conversation about whether we was going to stay together or not after this happened. And we ultimately decided that we would. And there was a time during that she offered me the chance to say anything crappy to her that I wanted to say and get it off my chest. And I refused to call her names or anything like that. But I know there's been times over the last, particularly the first half of the year, some of the things that I wanted to say in that moment, they would just randomly pop out in conversation out of nowhere.
Sure. And I'll tell you, saying that stuff won't be cathartic. You know that.
Right.
That's just not who you are. You don't badmouth women. That's just not who you are.
Yeah.
But that's not the catharsis that your body needs. I think there's still two big open wounds underneath all of this. One of them is the answer to the question, what really happened?
100%.
And can you forgive? Can you forgive you for not seeing it, for missing it?
Yeah, I guess that's something I have to work on, because I feel like I've 90% forgiven her, but there's still a 10% that's
right.
nagging at me.
And that 10% is, listen, you can't just do this all in your head. If you have a tractor and the engine blows up, you can't think through how you're going to fix it and expect the tractor to run.
Right.
So you can't just think your way to rebuilding trust. You got to sit across the table and say, here's what I need. I need to see your phone every day for X number of weeks or months. I am randomly going to have questions about what happened. I need you to be okay with me asking them. I need you to answer me honestly. I need you to open up, like, we're going to go back to the cloud and do a retro for a year on any photos up there and see what photos might be. Like I just want to know those things. I want to look at our phone records. At our hotel records and see if there were any like charges to a hotel. Like I'm going to reestablish trust. You blew up the sidewalk. I'm going to re-pour the sidewalk.
I definitely think I should have took a more headstrong approach on this. Oh, well, what it is turning into almost a year ago.
Yeah. And here we are. And here's what I would say. So when students used to come into my office and let's say like they had been reported something serious, sexual assault, drugs, like something major that was going to alter their life. I would ask them, did you assault somebody? Here's what I got. Here's the details. Here's the report. And they would always answer, whatever. No, it wasn't me, or sort of, but it wasn't what you think, whatever. At the end of that meeting, I always did this, always. Because I was trying to keep people safe and get people to follow the rules, but I was trying to teach too. I always told people, hey, from this moment forward, I know this is hard. You have 24 hours or 48 hours, whatever it was, to come back and change your story. And if you do that, I'm going to count it as though it was today. Because I know sometimes when you get scared and you just get called into an office and you just start spilling and you create a story, I get that. Totally get that. You get 24, 48 hours. After that, if I find out a month from now or a year from now that you were lying in this moment, that will be worse, as bad or worse than whatever happened. And so I tell you that to tell you, I think it's fair to circle back and say, hey, I want to do another, we've been working on it, and I'm just amazed at how we're rebuilding some stuff. There are some questions I didn't ask a year ago that still haunt me, and you own it. You didn't show, I didn't push on stuff, and I didn't ask questions because my world just got blew up. I want to spend a morning for breakfast just circling back. And I'm just going to ask you, just tell me the truth. And I'm never going to talk bad about you, but there's just some things that are haunting me. And ask the questions. Don't make the accusations. Ask the questions that you need answers to. And you commit to doing the work. I am going to commit to not meditating on these pictures or these thoughts I have in my mind or whatever, because I'm choosing to stay with you. Or you find out, no, it was more than just a kiss. No, there was sexting involved. No, there was whatever. I talked bad about you in these texts too. And you got to deal with what comes next. And there's a part of me that she's still covered up in guilt. Part of me wonders if she still has things unsaid, unspoken, truths left to be told. And I think putting that on the table and giving somebody an opportunity to safely say, here's the whole truth now, might be a gift. And there might be some things in that gift that you got to deal with. But I'm to a place now where I think underneath communication problems and infidelity and pornography, all these things, the things that destroy are the secrets. Laying in bed next to somebody and they know something and you know that they know something and nobody says anything about it. I think that's the cancer that ultimately destroys relationships. I think you're just worth the truth, brother. But if you decide you know the truth, you need to do the work in real time, not meditating on those lightning bolts. She deserves that too. Thanks for the call, brother. Download the Hallow app today and get 3 free months at hallow.com/Delony.